No, 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 no. No!
Hello everyone, welcome back. Time has flown by, and I've been so busy digging that before I knew it, I've clocked over 50 hours on my Machpro MP30 mini excavator. It's high time for another review. In this video, I'll share both the positives and the negatives after 50 hours of operation. Let's dive right into it. First, on the plus side, the excavator has exceeded my expectations in many more ways than it did at the 10-hour mark. I originally bought this machine with a vague plan to clear the land on my property, and now I'm proud to say that I have not only cleared the land, but I also graded it, and I can now access large areas of my property that were previously inaccessible. This mini excavator has become my go-to tool. It's not just good for clearing brushes. I've used it as a sort of a dozer for land grading, a makeshift crane to lift the stuff, to plant trees, to dig trenches, and to pull fence posts. I even used it to transport giant boulders. It is incredibly versatile. Now onto the issues. I encountered several problems, which I expected given that I purchased it at an auction. There was no user manual, no official support. I have to figure out the parts for maintenance. But various little things unexpectedly broke, like a cheap fuel hose. I also faced challenges like changing the oil filter, plus the AC isn't working. Despite these problems, I haven't run into any major issues, knock on wood. And overall, it has been a great investment so far. Now let's take a deeper dive into my 50 hours experience. Now let's take a look at land clearing. I remember on the first day when I drove that mini excavator down this way, over here, this part is entirely covered by the brushes and boulders. You can barely walk through, let alone drive through the excavator. I've since then cleared this up. Not only the excavator can go through, I was able to actually drive my Jeep a few days ago with a trailer with over 1,000 pounds of planting soil, like 35 large bags, and go through here and pull it all the way up to the new area I cleared up, and I put some raised garden beds over there. It is incredibly satisfying to see I can pull my Jeep up here with a trailer. I plan to add more garden beds with more planting soil. Now I know I can do that easily. Now let's take a quick look at the work I've been able to do with the excavator. This used to be all brushes. I cleaned this a little bit, and it's all covered by rocks. It's a slope, and it goes up there. Just like I said, everywhere is covered by brushes and rocks. So I cleared this area. Maybe in the future, I can plant some vegetables or something. And also, I sort of created this like a terrace, so I can access this whole area. My Jeep was able to drive up here. If you look at it here, this was a slope with rocks. And it's starting from here. That's starting from this. It's all brushes. Now I've cleared this a big area. I'm gonna chip those the brushes later, but see, this is a big open area. I put like 2 garden beds here. I'm gonna add 2 other more, so it becomes usable, this whole area. I was able to drive, just cut a road for myself. I was able to drive a mini excavator along this way, come here and go all the way. So I basically built my own, like a little road for my excavator to come in. Now look at this big area I can use. The chicken coop was not there before, so I cut pad over there and pushed the chicken coop over there. I remember in my first video, I was standing here. This is all brush. All brushes and rocks. It's not accessible. Now I have a path. The excavator can drive up here. I can walk my dog, and this whole area becomes usable. I also cleared here. Same story. So I can either plant something or I can just walk my dog now. And also this is a good fire break. So the brush is all cleared up, and I leveled this a little bit. So I was able to do a lot without the excavator. Just using your hands and a shovel, it's impossible. Look at this, one of the boulders that I have to dig up. I think this can easily weigh a ton, but this whole area is clean. So in the long run, I may go, because my property goes way up there, I may cut a path so I can just have my own, like a little walking or hiking trail on my own property, so I can walk my dog. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned this excavator is a versatile tool. Here are some examples. I know a mini excavator is not a bulldozer, but here I'm sort of using it as a dozer to push the dirt and push the brushes around. Pull a fence post. Here's another big fence post I pulled. This one I pulled out last night. As you can tell, I probably dug halfway here, and this one was pulled out by the excavator by brutal force. Planting a tree, I dug a hole that's 4 feet deep, 4 feet wide, fill it with dirt, and put in a tree in. Here I'm using the mini excavator to drag a giant boulder. It looks like a minimum a ton dead weight. I was able to pull or transport it away, and also toss it around. You also saw at the beginning of the video, I was using the excavator as a mini crane to move my chicken coop. As you can see, the excavator can do a little bit of everything. So the only thing left for me to figure out is how to use it to cook lunch or do the laundry. I'm sure my wife will be really happy if I can ever figure that one out. Although I haven't had any major problem that will stop me from operating the machine, but I had some fair share of things that bothered me. Like I said, I don't have a user manual, so I have to figure out all of these parts. I went to another store, multiple trips trying to figure out this fuel filter, oil filter, what's the parts number and everything. And plus this little cheesy thing that broke. This is the fuse hose. You can see this one is breaking again. I've changed this. This is so cheap. So I went to Napa store and bought a brand new like 10 feet hose. That one, when you squeeze on it, it's like you're squeezing like a metal tube, and this one like you're squeezing a sponge. So no wonder this thing keeps break apart, and so the fuel will come out of here. So I still need to replace this cheap fuel hose. I have a detailed footage on how I made this makeshift fix of this broken fuel line and here. And I also have footage on how I did the 50-hour maintenance, like I changed the fuel filter, oil filter, and how I overcame some of the problems I encountered. Like over here, there's no way to access the oil filter as is. So I'm going to share all of that with detailed records, like part number and other things in separate videos. So the AC on this unit is blowing hot air from there. I don't fully understand, but based on one of the viewers, he stated that this fan somehow is blowing in the wrong direction, so it pushes the air this way. It is supposed to, in this case, push the air this way. Based on that, viewer said if you push this way, there's some hot air will get into the condenser unit, and it actually ended up with hot air. I did look up on this thing, and majority of the cooling system for any engine, like a gas engine, it is supposed to blow air this way. But for some construction equipment, I do see some fan goes this way because they don't want to suck the dirt in. But anyway, so the other viewer said he had to purchase a new fan and change the direction, I guess, so it blows air this way, then the AC will work. I haven't looked into that. It looks like a big major undertake. I'm not a mechanic. I may in the future attack this problem, but for now I'm just not using the AC. I just keep the windows and the door open. I think they have come up with a new model called MP45 or something. It's very similar spec. It also comes with a mechanical thumb, so it sucks I don't have one, and I plan to weld one on. That will cost me over $1,000, so I'm still thinking about it. I look up the specs online for MP45. It sounds like the engine, maybe it's a generic engine, and this one is a Kubota engine. So the other engine, I don't know what it is. So I think that's probably one major difference. But it looks like that one looks like, it's pretty good. It comes with a thumb. That's I really like. Like when I clear this brushes here, I really wish I had a thumb so I can grab on things. One other potential weakness I noticed is this cylinder. I think it pushes the arm left and right. It is kind of weak. I don't know why. I guess it's smaller compared to this cylinder and this cylinder. And they push this cylinders push arm forward and backwards. They're plenty strong, and this one appears to be weak. Don't know why. Anyway, so that's about all. And for me, it's a good machine. Worked well for me so far. Thanks for watching.